seems like everything is just a game. Yeah. Things have never been the same like one time. Alright, now we lock up every day and confined. Together the whole of we feel it as mankind. We live in a head for so I pray, so we can see a brighter day. A brighter day. Come in all of our who never know it would have been like this. 2020 coming like a show, but I real like this. But at this hour we want to know from life exists. Together we are gonna make it through any crisis. Even though things might get hard, ultimately we know who's in charge. Things have never been the same like one time. Quarantine, now we lock up every day and confined. Together the whole of we feel it as mankind. We beg you to help us, Lord, I pray, so we can see a brighter day. A brighter day. Come tomorrow, so I miss you no more. It's time to life every day on the soul. In a dignity and a vision like all over. Our vision and destination shall grow. Only we're a real life like the things that they know. COVID-19 coming like the answer I showed them. And the world government, them a feel it to the bone. And everybody realize how we see them so wrong. And we no talk about we no joke. And the people we from this art can't stop we like no joke. Equality and justice, I usually a work. Keep the rating so long.
LA Massive, bless up you guys. I always do that. Bless up you guys, welcome to the Music Link. We here with the one and only, Mr. Don Marcus.
Bless up LA. Don't know it's about the Royal Rev Don Marcus in the building.
Wait, hold on, let me get some time. Everything. Hello. Check one, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, you guys, bless up. First of all, I want to thank you for coming to join the Music Link.
It's my pleasure.
Yo, I was talking to you on the internet, you know, and I was saying, I'm going to link you because I want you to come in. So I was so thankful when you hit me back.
Yeah, man, it's a pleasure. As I says, like, whenever I meet like-minded people who enjoy the music like I do, it's just like a blessing, you know what I mean? Where my energy just go skyrocket, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man, that's the vibe right there. Okay, so let's talk about the name. Don Marcus, is that your personal name, or how did you get that name?
Oh, yeah, all right. Actually, back in the day, my name was Dan Youth, but at the time, there was this other artist who had the same name, so I unfortunately just decided to use my first name along with the Dan title, and that's how I came about the name Dan Marcus, you know what I mean?
It's like a gentleman. But a vibration though, it's a name.
Yes.
Okay, so when did you start doing music?
Like I started doing music kind of early. Like I'd say, one of my first recollection is like I remember like being like 11 or 12 and performing on this. We used to on our this TV program we used to have on Channel 5, and Channel 5 used to have this Christmas program when they called Gimme 5, and that was one of my earliest recollection of me performing as a youth, and why that is me performing on basically the highest levels where we had to be offered at the time. So that's why I'm mentioning
it. You know what, I don't even say, tell the people where you're from, because we got your...
Oh yeah. Well, I'm from Southside Belize, Port Side, you know what I'm saying, Port Loyola.
Representing.
So, yeah man, shout out to all of my Port Loyola, massive Fabers and Boulevard, you know what I mean?
So, you said that program, it was...
Give Me 5.
Give You 5. It was in Belize.
was
Belize.
there. It was a Christmas program that the channel, the news channel had every year, like a giveaway program. And I said, like, I used to be a part of this group, one group called Young Artists Association.
Okay.
I mean, shout out to William Neal, one of this was a older guy in the entertainment scene in Belize who at the time tried so much to help us as younger artists get established, you know what I mean? So it's like he had connections and basically put our talent to use and gave us the platforms we needed at that time.
Yeah. And how old were you?
I said I was 11 or 12. I said, but I was probably doing music earlier, but that was one of the first times that I could say that, all right, I did something on a bigger level than what, you know what I mean, than normal.
So you were one of them kids with the family be like, come over here and show them what you got.
Not actually, like it wasn't really like that for me because like I said, like I have like 5 older brothers and I'm the baby, so it's like I was always pushed to the side basically.
So you
like,
found your own vibe.
Yeah, I had to like develop within myself. So you know what I mean.
So did you have music in the family or any family members doing music or anything?
No, like this is the crazy stuff. Like my family now basketball family, like it's so crazy because all my brothers over 6 feet are humongous. Like I'm just smart. So it's like I just decided that I probably couldn't compete at the level that my brothers was competing in basketball. So like, better I put my talents search for other talents who could help me reach some way forward, you know?
Okay. So what, you started writing lyrics or?
Yeah, first I started off writing lyrics and like me and like a couple of my homeboys that I grew up with in my neighborhood, like we started off, I could remember my first song that I actually write was based off Mr. Vegas' Heads High.
Yeah.
I did like counteraction to that, and that was really the first song that I really sit down and really penned.
So was it reggae music that you was listening to first? Was it the reggae first before anything else?
See, this is kind of the funny part about my journey. My journey is like really like a roller coaster because like the initial stuff where everybody know me for is the reggae stuff, but I've transformed as a person and produced different types of music since still. So like, but at that time when I started, it was really dancehall.
Dancehall. Yeah, man. Dancehall. Okay, so how far would you doing music while you was in Belize? How far did you go?
I'd say I think at the time for what it is, because I said we in Belize we don't have an official music industry or official infrastructure in place. So it's like I'd say I reached the highest levels that we had to offer at that time. You know
Okay,
what I mean?
so when people saw you, they was like was it Don Marcus
Yeah.
then? Yeah, they go Don Marcus. Artist that.
Yeah, like I really made my name in Belize before I even came to America, because that's really how I came to America. As like I came to perform. Like,
Okay.
I've always been an artist. Like I said, I've been doing it for a long time, since I was like 11, 12, or maybe long before, and like I've never stopped to this day.
How old were you when you first recorded like a project? Like.
All right, like the first real recording that I did was I'd say this was in 1998.
Okay.
I'd say like before that, like we used to like perform on song systems and perform in the neighborhood.
So you had that, just like the other reggae artists coming from Jamaica, you had that whole, with the reggae sound system vibration party.
I actually started off on sound system because like back then the only way I could have possibly got to hold one mic was when the sound system was playing out and it probably was having one event or one tournament or whatever. And the sound system would be out there, and I'm the neighborhood artist, so like it was just right. They would call me in to just, you know what I'm saying, entertain.
It's so crazy because like we love music, and especially at the dance hall. At that time when people was loving dance hall and the way people was like wording their words to the music, for artists to be local and could do it, that was like hype, right?
Yeah, like the scene was more like I guess like And I said back then when everybody didn't try to become like it was one very few
Right.
people. So the people that
Stood out.
were in that space was respected, well respected.
Yes.
The art form itself was well respected.
Yeah.
I just feel like the respect for the art form is lost. No, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everybody just in it to make a quick buck and get one quick hype, you know?
The hype thing is what killed me. But
Yeah.
it's crazy how artists be reaching for hype. But what they love is not the hype. Like, they love songs that have meaning. They love
Yeah.
songs, you know what I'm saying, that can inspire them to do stuff and make them feel better. But yet, you want to do a quick hype song for the minute. That's
Yeah.
a temporary, that's a band-aid, temporary fix.
For real.
You know what I'm saying? And I'll be like, had a couple of artist friends, I was saying to them, what kind of music do you want to do? Do you want the music like a Bob Marley, like as we love Bob Marley, like years from now, somebody just put in your tune and whole vibe. Even these reggae artists now that's out, Frisco Kid and all them, like, the couple of times I talked to him, he was just saying, like, because I knew him before, you know, his song,
Yeah.
all these songs, and I was saying to him that for me to know him before all these songs hit and know that he wanted the music, like he wanted
Mhm.
it, I was like, it's crazy for me to see all these songs that people play, and I'd be like, I know him before, like, the vibe where his songs reach, like,
Yeah.
he wanted it, but he didn't know it would do that
Mhm.
much. I mean, like,
Yeah.
that's what you would want your music to be, like, right?
I mean, like, I guess everybody, you know, music for a different reason, and that really the problem. Because I said, like, some people just, you know, it for get a quick buck, some people just, you know, it for get a quick hype. And that way, the integrity lasts, you know, the music, you know what I mean? And that way, we not get good, solid products anymore, you know what I mean, in terms of timeless music.
Okay, so when you was out there, you said you recorded your first project. Was it with producers or somebody else that was trying to, producers that was learning as they went along, or what?
All right, let me bring it back from the beginning in terms of how my recording career get started. Like I said, I used to perform on the sound systems, and I remember at this time I was a part of a group. Well, I used to hang around one group of artists at the time who were established, which one of the artists then was an artist named Louis Ganzi and Hooligan, which was like a close friend of mine, and I started to hang out with those guys, and those guys used to have access to the radio station, because as a normal person you really didn't have access to go up on a radio station. So through that I get access to get to the radio station, and I say hanging around them. And this one time we went up to the radio station, and the guy that was having the show was invited me to come on, because he see me I'm on the club, but I was just like shy in my league can, I just not saying anything. Like him try like understand who this youth here, So man say, you rap? I say yeah. So man say, alright, and again one lead break for going right now, then so we got up. And at the time this was like we had to go on the radio station live. But because this was a trusted set of artists who were already established, and I was amongst them, that kind of gave me credibility that
Right.
anybody
You
sang
with them,
me,
so you
figure
gotta
that,
be,
yeah.
you know, right.
So and after that, I get for Ghana, and I did a song, and he liked the song, and I remember he holding me back after everybody left, and I was like, I want to come back tomorrow. And at the time, this was 1998. This was like we still was using cassettes.
Right.
He sent me home with a cassette, one beat tape a cassette, and tell me if choose one of the rhythms or a couple of rhythms for record on song pan. So the next day I came back, and this guy whose name was President, who was a big DJ from Belize, he was the one who recorded me at the time and recorded the song for me on a cassette.
Wow.
And that was my first recording, like at the time this was in the newsroom when they did the news and said the news and all that, because at the time they never had a proper studio, you know what I'm saying? And we recorded the song, we recorded 3 songs actually that day, and this was like one Thursday. On the Friday the songs played on the radio on cassette, and
wow.
the response was so overwhelmingly like great that the Mose decided that, yo, the next week after that, he decided that, yeah, what, I want to take you into the real official studio, make we go cut these tracks.
What?
So the
The
week
test
after,
run just
yeah,
took
yeah.
off.
Yeah, because like I said, I don't think he may expect what happen, and what come out.
And
you know what I mean?
you had songs already, or were you
Yeah, I
freestyling?
already had songs
Yeah,
at that
really?
point there because like see, and that's one of the things about back in at that time there whereby we was waiting on a moment there. So when that moment came, I
Yeah.
was ready. Like even from the moment for get in at the studio for go up on the air live, I was ready for that moment there. Ready to go in at the
Hey,
studio.
you see, that's that law of attraction, because you was in it. If anybody say anything, yo, ready.
Yeah,
You be
yeah.
like,
You
don't
gotta
let them
stay
hand
ready.
me a mic my way. You
Yeah.
like, I'm ready.
Yeah,
That
definitely.
law of attraction is so real. Trust
Yeah, real.
me. It's
Very
real.
Yeah.
It's so real. It's so
Manifestation.
really scary me sometimes when you just say, you know, I feel like I hope, or this should happen.
I want to continue scaring myself
So,
with my
exactly. Hey, you got to, because it's our walk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's our walks. So, how was your family like when they first heard, you know, the project? Like, what
Well,
were they like?
See, at that point there in my life, I was like, as I said, like I think by the time this was 1998, so I was like probably like 16, 17, right? And
Mhm.
like at that time, I was having issues with my mother because like I really like I dropped out of high school
Yeah,
and I
none of the
started
stuff she wanted you to
yeah,
do.
and it's like I love that's why I really love my mother because my mother never encouraged me in a like she was like, yo, if you want to do all these stuff, whatever you want to do, you could do it, but not
Okay.
around me.
Oh, I heard that.
So it's like she was like, you gotta find some way for going find something to do, you know what I'm saying? And like at that time that what I was going through, so it's like I never had a good relationship with my mom at that moment there because we just was getting through that point there where she was disappointed in me for not.
Right.
And I said like my career start blow up right after that, and right after that me and my mother relationship got back great again because she understood
That
that
she
my
see
journey
that.
was my journey and I
Yeah.
still was trying to do good with my life and everything, you know.
Because you could have been a bad boy now. You
Yeah,
could
I
have
mean,
been a
because
gunman.
I mean, like, I really was down the path of like, one few incidents really changed the course of my life. You know what I'm saying? Make I turn to Rasta because I said like I was on the course for being a gangbanger. I actually was.
They
You
had
know what I'm
gangbanging
saying?
like that in
Yeah,
Belize?
Belize. Yeah, we have gangbanging in Belize. You know what I mean? And like I was on that course, and like certain incidents that happened, violent incidents that happened, really opened my eyes and make I realize that this is not the road time where I'm going. This is not the life for me. And like I said, I started going Rastafari, and that helped me to be grounded more in the music because then I started reach out to a lot more older guys who had experience and could get me around the positions that I needed to be in.
So your lyrics in the songs that you was writing, what kind of song? I mean, what was your lyrics at that time?
At that time, it was a mixture because, as I said, like I always had a foundation of positive, conscious music, but I was still a young boy at that time. So it's like it was just a mixture of the two. Because, like I said, I've always been a spiritual-minded person ever since. You know what I mean? And even during those times, I was still, but that why it really was a balance, and that just a personification of me myself as a person. You know what I mean? I'm a Libra and I believe in a balance, so it's like that's just the way how all that really played out for me.
Well, what about the structure of the music? Is it the love of the music is how you knew how to write the music? Or,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely, because like being inspired by some of the artists that I've been inspired by, and being able to meet some of those artists early on in my life and my career really inspired me. Like I said, and during that time that when I really make my breakout, this was like the era Sizzler
Right.
and Capleton, and I got right within that, and I was really in the midst of all of that conscious vibration right there, you know what I mean? That molded, and to be honest, that's still the part of my career and the part of music that I really still love, you know what I mean?
Well, did you have like a song that really, the people loved?
My breakout song, it came from the same studio session that we did with Mozart, who was the like I said, he was like the owner and DJ at the Creme Radio, one of the top radio stations, and were responsible for breaking my career. And I said after we recording the 3 songs, he started playing one of the. He had a talk show, and he started playing one of the songs at the beginning of the talk show, and that was one of the songs that really, really created me and the part where I they don't know, you know.
Mm-hmm. And how did you how did you get to the States? Like, what? How did you get here?
All right, yeah, that's a good question, because like I said, like as an artist, I got here as an artist because, like I said, like after that, like one of the first stuff that I did were really give me wings was, I remember we had this DJ from Belize named Harder, rest in peace, one of my good brethren with passed on a couple of years ago. He was a DJ, and I remember at the time the Tanya Stevens track was out, It's a Pity.
Yeah. Woo.
Yeah, at the time he was like, yeah, that was the era. But he was like, I want you to do this over as a dub plate for me. And at the time, I really never take to doing it, because like I just felt like that wasn't my thing to do. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And like I just never wanted, and he consistently forced me till I eventually get to do it. And eventually, the song was just on a dub plate that I did for him, and because of the popularity and the rhythm, and I guess the delivery, how I delivered it, it became a hit. And that song right there was responsible for me getting my first booking inside LA. Like, then at the time, his brethren, DJ Bantan used to have this place up on Club Silk on King.
Yeah.
And
listen, I could not remember the name of that club. Okay.
Club Silk.
I was like, it used to be a club right here.
Yeah.
And they turned it into some kind of center. But I was like,
I don't even remember what the place there, because I said that like that really was the first time I came to LA.
Club Silk, that was the name of that club.
Yeah, and that was I think that was early 2000s.
Yeah. It used to be packed, that little place.
Yeah.
That was a Belizean spot right there.
Yeah, I got my first, that's the first, because It's Not a Pity song. Bantan had sent for me for come perform it in Club Silk, and I ended up getting to perform it in Club Silk, and that really started my journey. And since then, I just kept doing tracks and keep on. Because I mean, the year after that, I did When I Rise, which was my biggest breakout song. Really, you know what I mean?
Did you think you had like a different sound from the other Belizean artists, or what do you think that was different about you from the other artists in that time?
Yeah, I guess it was my sound and delivery, you know what I mean? Because like I said, like back then I could remember like everybody after hearing me was like, "You're a Belizean?" You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people couldn't
clear,
believe
right?
that. Yeah, because the clarity.
Yeah, it's clear. Yeah, when I was like, dang, he's really clear with his words.
Yeah.
Yeah, look. So after that show, what was the next show here? Like, did you have another show, or did you go ahead and relocate? Like, what was the storm that got you like in Los Angeles?
Yeah, all right. That was the first time me coming to Los Angeles after It's Not a Pity track, you know what I mean? So I came to Los Angeles for the first time. I really think it was 2001 or 2. Yeah, 1 or 2. Yeah, we're right in between there. But after that, then like I started like doing shows in the Caribbean. Like we did a couple of shows in the Caribbean, and then we went back out on the East Coast. And that was, as I said, the year after that I did my track
you
When
was
I
like
Rise.
touring, because I see you with different artists, different places. Like, so you.
Yeah, early.
What? Tell me, like, this is crazy because a lot of people want to be artists now. Like you can look at it now because it's like it ain't like you walk around with medals all over your body that says the things that you've done.
Yeah.
But those are beautiful things. Like people want even a little piece of
Yeah.
that. If you didn't do no more, and that was it. That was such a
Exactly. That's why I'm proud of my journey, and this is my journey. You know what I'm saying? I am me, and this is just my experience as an artist. So it's like I want revel and enjoy every moment of it because this is what I worked for.
Yeah, in that time, like to even get that a little bit is what people would just want to it. To be requested to play 3 places back to back is.
I mean, like I keep on saying that, like it, like I don't like say that this, but I feel like if I never reach any further, I'ma still be grateful for the fact that I've lived my and continue to live my dream by doing what I love.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So like I said, like I'm doing it. It's just like I just feel like I've not reached the highest peaks of it, but like I'm doing it still.
And sometimes people we don't understand that even the levels that other people put levels on it. You know what I'm saying?
Still.
They put their levels on it like it's like $500,000, the half of the world have to be like
Numbers.
you the bomb.
Everything comes
for you
down
to be the
numbers.
bomb.
No.
But that's not true. They can't say you didn't because you didn't do it to those levels, but you did it. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes our walk isn't like to have millions. It might not be yours to get rich, but to be able to do the things that you love.
Richness of life.
Yeah, and impact some people because
I feel like that's the most important part because that's really why I do music, because I feel like I want my words and my experience be able to could direct or empower or motivate somebody.
Because you Dan Marcus already Belize, they already know. They know. Like there's stories about you already. You know what I'm saying? So other youth is doing the same thing. They was like, I can remember this one youth. He went to the U.S.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like
you did that.
Yeah, that's why I'm really proud of my journey for coming where I come from, and like I said, like I want to keep on standing up and doing and proclaiming my craft. You know what I mean? Because I just really love doing it. You know what I'm saying?
So, did you ever perform at the Bob Marley Day? Did you ever get to that?
Bob Marley Day? No, I never did perform at the Bob Marley Day out there. Yeah, but I said like I performed at a couple of the other concerts.
UCLA
Reggae
Festival. Now see, when I was seeing the name Don Marcus, it wasn't ringing. It was like a Belizean artist because of the recent verses that you and Jamala did for Blacka. Big up yourself, Blacka. For
big up yourself, Blacka.
That was really sweet. There was a good vibes in this time, you know.
Good vibe, definitely.
Good vibe.
I enjoyed it. Yeah, man.
But I was like, who is this artist? And I kept going and looking and looking. So when I went on your stuff and I saw you with dreadlocks, I was like, I remember him. I remember when you was on the UCLA stage. I remember everybody because a lot of the Belizeans was there too.
Yeah.
They had came all on the side. Everybody was throwing up and yelling out your name. It was crazy. I remember. I remember. And I was like, that's the same dude with dreadlocks. Because I hadn't seen you for so long. So I was like, who is this guy all of a sudden out the blue coming to do this verses with Jamilo? And it was like a Belizean artist, you know. I was like, I know everybody. So I'm like, I don't know this dude.
Yeah, so I kind of mysterious like that too sometimes. I mean, that's just part of my personality too. So.
Let's talk about the verses thing. Like,
what
was that like for you? Because you hadn't performed in a minute, right?
Yeah. So like, and especially that came right during the pandemic, right? So it's like, when that came in, it was really just like at the perfect time. You know what I'm saying? And I said I've known Jamal for years, and I said like Blacka reached out to me with the idea, and I was like, yo, right now, this would not be a good idea, because the whole was...
Do you see how he reached out for you, though?
Yeah.
You see? When you're not thinking about it, you own somebody's mind somewhere.
Yeah.
You understand?
It's a blessing. I count that as a blessing. Like just last night, I was telling a friend of mine that, like, I say, no matter what happened in your life, I just want to be thankful that, like, just... for the people that appreciate and love me as a person and my presence and who I really am, you know what I'm saying? That are like golden.
It's golden. It's the
like
best. I've been
currency.
sharing to people too. I'm in the moment, like everything I'm doing right now. I'm like, I'm so happy. I'm in the moment, just like yes, whatever it is. I'm thankful. You know what I'm saying? We going through this time. We got our health.
Yeah.
It can't be nothing but but everybody, you shouldn't complain. If
Yeah,
we wake
yes,
up and
yeah.
everything's still all right a little
Really
bit,
and truly.
yo, thankful. Okay, so then what happened now? Blacker reached out to you.
Yeah, Blacker reached out to me with the idea, and I said, like, I really am receptive to it because, like I said, the pandemic was there, and I just felt like we needed that outlet to exercise our talent. So I said it was never really no issue, and I said, like, because a lot of people would have looked at it, and like other artists, I feel like if they would have been approached, they would not might be down with it. But like I said, because of the great relationship that I have with Jamalo, like I knew that all right, whatever it be, and be a good vibe. That just all I know it be. Once we
Right.
connect together, we celebrate our
Because he's a
music.
good, he's a
yeah, be
good guy
vibe.
too. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So when you first went into the thing, did you have like a lot of? Did you like practice, or you just went in there with what you had? Or I mean, how did you?
Yeah,
set it up?
basically I did like basically layout of all the songs
Y'all
I
watch
have.
the other verses and see how they
Yeah,
did the
yeah, I structured out my basic blueprint. You know what I
Okay.
mean? I had my song structured, but to be honest, we kind of had little technical difficulties in it because the flash drive that I brought didn't show up on the computer, so some of the songs couldn't. So, like that, why? But we still had a good time. It still wasn't really a problem. But what all that did was like kind of messed up the order of how I wanted to
Okay.
present my show in
Okay.
terms of chronological order, in terms of the songs then that I came out with from the beginning.
But I was impressed too because I didn't remember you good now, trust me. But I was like, he's like a real serious Belizean artist over there. Like you know, you had your mic, you ready to go and delivering your, you know what I mean? You
Yeah.
guys was, the whole of the thing was so sweet. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You see the levels of how we can do stuff. It don't be no big old production still, and still the vibes be there.
Yeah, the vibe
Because-
was solid. Like,
Blacker had the thing, you know, set up on the screen properly, and you know what I'm saying? Everybody was in the house. It was like you could tell that everybody was eager for this thing to happen.
yeah, the
Even in the midst of
anticipation
it.
was, yeah, definitely. Like,
Even,
I said, that was one of the times that I thoroughly enjoyed throughout this pandemic that kind of made me, like, totally forget about it, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
we just
yeah.
got lost in the music, you know?
yeah. Okay, so how many projects have you done so far?
I have probably 5 or 6 albums and like 2 EPs
Yeah.
and countless singles.
Uh,
As I said, like I've been doing it since 1998, so you know what I mean.
So how do you come about getting the tracks and stuff now? Like, I mean, well, no, when you first started doing it, you worked with a lot of different producers, or did you start learning yourself how to do the behind the scenes?
Yeah, at first I started off as a producer actually because like I said I used to dabble in instruments because we used to always have a live band. Like that's I grew up in a band culture.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I already had musical inclination and I started producing early. So when we get to the point that computer music start getting in and we started to like, because I can remember one of the first programs we started using was like Cool Edit Pro and Fruity Loops.
Oh my God, I remember.
Fruity Loops was really
was the
from back
bomb.
then, and that was I learned to make beats from. And I said like, and then we had a camp at the time. I had a camp, Heights of Vibes camp in Belize, a crew of artists that I was the spearhead of, and at the time I had a lot of young proteges, and I basically taught some of the young ones then to make beats, and that tradition kept going
It's so
forward.
crazy. Listen to what you said, and you missing your whole everything. Like while you was doing your music, you gonna have a camp, you have people up under you, bringing on other artists. Like
Yeah.
you had your own production.
Yeah, I mean,
What I'm
basically,
saying.
that's how it's always been for me because, like, we've always had to find a way to get stuff done
And
because
it's a
we never
collective.
had all the resources and the connection, so we had to find a way to get it done. So, like, as far as when we come up to the point where we realize that original beats was a problem, I decided, yeah, what, we need to make our own beats.
With the band. Huh?
Yeah, that always started off with the bands, the musicians in the band. But
You see how Jamal is too, like you can be versatile. It's because of that. These artists
The
that
need.
don't DJ with the band,
necessity.
once you DJ, because the band could go different on you anytime. You
Yeah.
got to be able to follow that.
Yeah.
If I've noticed artists, if they don't have like they track or what, they can't.
Yeah,
They
lost.
cool. They not
Lost.
messing with you because
That's why I love live
Yeah.
band, because live band, you are really the director. You like, there's no mistakes when you do live with a live band. You
because they
control
feeling you.
everything.
They,
Yeah. And even if you could still reel it wrong and make it look fantastic still.
Right.
So there's no mistake when you have
Look
a
at you,
live
you
band,
know,
and I
right?
love that.
This y'all hear that so sweet. He said, willing to make it look fantastic. You see, he's looking out for the people. Big up everybody
Yeah.
that's tuned in. It's Lady B, the Music Link. We here with Dan Marcus, you guys, from Belize, talking about his journey, his story, giving us his vibes. Yeah, man. So when you came to LA, so who did you hook with as far as musically in Los Angeles when you came?
I remember the first time I came to LA, as I said, that was like, I think 2001. I connected with Bert Mackay.
Okay. Big up yourself, Bert.
Yeah, big up yourself, Flesh, you know what I'm saying?
Flesh, I know. He changed it up on
yeah.
his time. Flesh.
I said when I came in 2001, we connected because he's a childhood friend of mine. He used to attend the college in my neighborhood, and I said, in Belize so small that you know everybody, so I always didn't know him. And I said, when I came out here and I realized he was doing music, we just connected. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
because
saying?
he was going hard back then. Isn't that so exciting? Coming from where you guys come from, to come here and see our childhood friends, I think that's like so exciting.
As a matter of fact, like the first time when I came and performed in Club Silk, that's where I reconnected with
Yeah.
those guys.
Okay.
Them in at the club, you know what I'm saying? Them just, they did the vibes, and like, I just feel somebody like tap me on, like when I look, they're like, Bert. I said, what, yo, what you going, Bert? Like, you know what I'm saying? I never see Bert in a long time before that, and you know what I'm saying? And since then I get introduced to his friends who he was rolling with at the time. Ever since then, like we've created a movement. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Our movement, Rebel Empire. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we
Rebel
see
Empire
you
Music
doing
Group.
your stuff. Man, I remember hearing you guys, the Rebel Empire back then.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
like in LA, we really like we put in the work in LA. Like
Yeah.
like I'd say like this was like probably 10 years ago. Like before I left to go to the East Coast, like we was doing a lot of groundwork, man. Like I mean, like we was everywhere.
Yeah, I remember
Doing
everywhere. That
everything.
Rebel Empire, I remember when you said it, I'm like, bam, I remember exactly.
Yeah.
Y'all was doing a lot of different shows. Back then it was, in that little time, it was a good window of appreciation for
Yeah,
artists shows.
there was a lot of platforms
Yeah.
at that time. And it's so crazy because in a time like now, I'd feel like they would have much more, but it's really much less.
Right.
Because back then they used to have a lot of shows, really, like countless shows.
Well, because more the DJs now became the artists, you know, the one want to pay the artist and the DJ the
that
same
too.
amount of money, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And then DJ might DJ into the artist's performance time or...
And I mean, then again, too, I feel like it's a combination of different stuff too, and I feel like we gotta even me myself gotta adapt to the new format of music in
Right.
terms of, because like I still have a problem with having to use social media
Right,
to deliver my music, but I slowly come to terms with it to realize that I just gotta use it for the tool that it is and not
Yeah.
get caught up in
On the other
whole-
stuff,
yeah.
right. You just share your vibe. Yeah, I be doing that too. I just kind of share certain vibrations. My personal, I don't really too hype, but
Yeah.
I share all my music, my vibes, my road vibes. I mean,
Yeah.
yo, I'm out here. I share those vibes, but yeah, we gotta use it. So let's see. I think I want us to play this video. The pandemic, that song.
Oh
Yo,
yeah.
So tell us about that one right there.
Oh yeah. Like I can remember early when the pandemic started, because if I noticed, like most of the songs that I did after, like, is really geared towards that, because I want to capture this moment in a time of history. So as one artist, I feel like this is my contribution by documenting the time through my music, you know what I mean?
But wait, you know what? The first video that I played was reality.
New
What was that
reality.
about? New
That was
reality.
about the pandemic too,
Too,
because
okay.
like that's
That
really
we're in the
about us
moment.
coming to terms with the new reality we have to face living with one pandemic, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you have some good lyrics.
Like I said, things will never be the same like one time, you know what I mean? Things will definitely get different moving forward for everybody.
I was like, he all fluent, and then it's hard for people. You know, you have times where songs just come to you, or you have to just sit down and write. But I see the flow of that song. It was like,
yeah, and I say it's kind of crazy for me right now because a lot of the like, I just feel like this is a new sound and vibe for me. This is not my traditional. I'm more of a fire type spitter. You know what I'm saying? And I find
that's
myself.
the part that Black was looking for. He was like, "Come on, do the verses."
That's what I really known for too. You know what I'm saying? But like, I find myself now transforming and just finding new ways to bring forth one different message. Because like I said, I feel like the formats and how music has been presented kind of get oversaturated. So I just want to find different ways to present my music, you know what I mean, personally, because I have different style and different angles I could bring it from. So I'm just experimenting and loving.
Have any guys really just your version, I guess, artists, they just really come up to you and like, can you show me or tell me, like how, you know what I mean, like this inspired by what you're doing and just want you to just.
I mean, it's unspoken. It's just, and how I say that I know that is when I say friends of mine take certain patterns in terms of things that would, like, I mean, it could be simple as recording techniques,
right.
Because those are like within, that's something that I've always, like, within camps we've always had methods and different strategies in terms of recording where could make recording a lot easier. And then I just stuff we share within our own circle, and a lot of times I feel like I get the acknowledgement from my peers for that, like in terms of like, and I don't have to tell them anything, then just watch me and then just do it because, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's how you do it. Telling you, because you don't know how, when you're doing things and when you're doing good things for your own, someone's like my niece that live with me and she's deaf. I used to always have to just make sure I'm doing the right stuff because I know that everything I'm doing, she's like watching.
Yeah.
And when I do stuff, she'll go back and do it behind me, and I'll be looking like, she's like, you did it. I was like, I know, she was watching it. So,
yeah, that's why it's really about now we say about what to do. You know what I'm saying? So when you do good stuff, you manifest and you come about with goodness.
Right. Look, goodness is the word, you guys. Always doing
Goodness
good things.
and grace.
Look, we're gonna share this next video. This is one of his latest. The first video that I showed you guys was the most
new reality.
New reality. It's talking about the moment right here, where we in the moment. But this is right here, is the beginning from the beginning of the pandemic. You know what I mean? Big up everybody that's watching, you know what I'm saying?
Big up all the
Black
viewers.
up, all the crew, you know what I'm saying? Your Belizean people, big them up because they in here. Give me the vibration, okay? They're in here, okay? Bless up, you guys. We thank you for the support, you know what I mean? Okay, so we're going to play this next one. This song is called, tell them the name of this tune.
Well, this next one is called Pandemic, and this was produced by Lyrical. Large up yourself, Lyrical, same way too.
I really like this one.
Hey, yo, I'm I wanna know if man trying to get which part to take. I can find a God, God, them forget. nation. So me know say Bill Gates and I fascination. Along with the worldly population, with the council of foreign relations. He said the world like a pandemic. COVID-19 Father God send it. Love me show mankind in our enemy. Time for open up no mind now transcend it. He said the world like a pandemic. COVID-19 Father God send it. Love me show mankind in our enemy. Time for open up no mind now transcend it.
Yep, yep.
Yeah.
Always do that.
Well, the pandemic
Yeah, hey. Tell me
produced
something.
by Lyrical.
Can you give us that acapella, the whole chorus part? Because that's just wicked.
It take the world like a pandemic. COVID-19, Father God send it just for show mankind in our any time for open no mind and transcend it. Hey, it take the world like a pandemic. COVID-19, Father God send it just for show mankind in our any time for open no mind and transcend it.
Again, come on.
All over the world, people are dying. Oh, America, the great eagle are cry. The eagle and the dragon and the Satan are lie. While millions of people are weep and are cry. It's a race for the vaccination, but me know say Bill Gates a time fascination. Along with the worldly population, with the council of foreign relation. Hey, it take the world like a pandemic. COVID-19, Father God send it just for show mankind. You know why any time for open no mind and transcend it. Hey, it take the world like a pandemic. COVID-19, Father God send it just for show mankind. You know why any time for open no mind and transcend it.
Yo. Deep.
Yeah, man, that meditation where I really want people to tap into it. Like I said, even though I feel like, because I feel like this pandemic done a lot for me in terms of giving me a lot of time to reflect on my life, on society, on everything we go through, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of people not see the silver lining
Right.
in the dark cloud, but like I count my blessing with throughout this pandemic. I say we still live and Jah have we, so there's no need for you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Despair, or it's just another chapter, and we just have to get through it.
Let's talk about the video, these visuals now. Who's behind these videos?
Yeah, well, since I'd say 2015, I think, we established our own Top Shatter Films and through our Rebel Empire music group, and that's how we do most of our visuals, you know what I'm saying? We have our team and we're working on redeveloping our team, you know what I'm saying? Getting more people on board in terms of our production personnel, you know what I'm saying? And soon we'll take it back to where it needs to be in terms of having consistent.
Because I even seen in that other video, you guys had the green screen, right?
Yeah.
And you guys did good with those visuals back there.
Yeah, I mean, just like work still too, because I said like if like when we do put down find the right song where we really want market and promote and decide that that is song, that when we really like you know what I mean step up the production quality of the videos and stuff. So we just wait for the people and decide to what song really require.
More.
Yeah.
Hey, but independent, it's beautiful. All the visual, I love it.
Yeah.
So, you yourself, as far as the video go, like the mastering and the directing, that you come up with the sites and
yeah, basically because I mean like more. I guess I don't know most artists. I'm more because like I have one vision for everything I want to do, and as I said, I've been forced through necessity to fill these roles and these hats, and at the end of the day, I still feel okay because at the end of the day, once I get my vision accomplished the way I see it, I satisfied. I no matter because one thing with visuals is that everybody no might because every time one video come out, somebody might say, oh, it could have been done this way.
Right.
So as when you're directing a video, you just have to stay true to the vision where you have, and you can't worry when somebody say, oh, this could have been done or that could have been done. Yeah, that is all right, and people don't always have their opinions, and that is always accepted too. But like the vision with the work with and if we try catch to the vision, you know,
Right.
and that's right. So
The videos. I lost my match real quick. That's crazy. I want to blink real quick. Did you video any other people's?
yeah, we did a
projects?
lot of work for a lot of different artists over the years. You know what I mean? Like countless artists. Actually, we have a website up, which is at www.topshotterfilms.com.
Okay, so Top
Yeah.
Shotter Films, you guys, if you need some visuals in this time, are you open now or what? Because just put it out there. Let them just reach out to you and just read it.
To be honest, not really yet because of the pandemic. A lot of stuff slowed down, and
Okay.
and we have one whole load of stuff. So right now we prioritize
Okay, are
the
you ready?
camp. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? And
But-
works within the.
Top Shotters, you guys, you gotta.
Yeah, we soon take Top Shotters back public and start do some works with some other people. But right now that's the work in house. The artists then we working with and the projects we working on right
So
now.
how many artists is it that you're working with right now?
Basically, Rebel Empire Music Group consists of like 3 or 4 artists, and we have other affiliates that we connect with, and like producers.
Is
and
it all in
other-
LA or are you guys back and forth?
No, yeah, it's really worldwide. We have people within our music group from different places, you know what I mean? People from, we got people from New York, we have people from Belize, we have people from Jamaica, we have people from even Trinidad, from Guyana, you know what I mean?
Okay, so you said New York too. So let's talk about you leaving Los Angeles. Like, what was that about? Like, did the music slow down, or did you move for music?
Yeah, I really moved to New York for music because, like, at the time we were picking up a steam as Rebel Empire, and like I kind of felt like at that point there, like we kind of the work rate kind of slowed down, and I just had this vision that I was so hyped that I just wanted to continue still. So I just decided I want to try and move on the West Coast and see if I could find better opportunities musically for myself. You know what I mean? And that was really what prompted my move to the East Coast, you know what I mean?
Okay. So, and how long was you there?
For 9 years.
9 years?
Almost,
So was you
a
working
decade,
out there? How was the music?
Yeah, we did a lot of stuff out there. And build a lot of relationships that still treasure and work to this day. You know what I mean? Guys, one of the greatest thing about me going to New York was meeting and connecting with my longtime producer now, who is D Flow out of New York. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Which is the producer for the Upliftment Rhythm, which is the rhythm we're releasing February 19th, you know what I mean, featuring various artists.
Okay, so you guys are having a mixtape,
Yeah, it's a juggling or rhythm compilation, you know what I'm saying?
and it's called Uplift,
The Upliftment Rhythm.
the Upliftment Rhythm.
Yeah.
Okay, then, so we have to look out for that.
Yeah, February 19th, you know what I mean? D Flow Productions, Rebel Empire Music Group.
So tell me, like, as far as the music artists, who were you inspired by? Who was like, yeah.
Like as an artist, like there's like 3 top artists that like where I could genuinely say I've gotten my inspiration and my vibe from, and I'd say it first was Sizzla, like one of the greatest inspiration for me musically, you know what I'm saying? Just the Sizzla content, Sizzla work rate, just everything about what
I know, he's
Sizzla
so
do for the
versatile.
music, like yeah, the versatility is like that Sizzla is one of my greatest inspiration. Sizzla, Vibes Cartel.
Okay.
Because like I've been on Vibes Cartel like from the early days. I'm not a bandwagonist Vibes Cartel fan in the sense that because Cartel had no like, and the reason I admire Cartel is because in mine
His
writing
mind.
ability, and you know what I'm saying. just certain qualities about him as an artist. And from them, you know what I mean. And the last inspiration might be about Sean Paul, our big inspiration to me personally, you know what I mean? Because like Sean Paul basically teach me how to be the artist where I want to be at the time, you know what I mean? So I got a lot fun because like alright, harmonizing within dancehall, that why I said that like Sean, that where I get from Sean Paul. Sean Paul make I start think about, oh, you know what, I will start try harmonize my dancehall and melodize my style, and, you know what I'm saying? So like I really count dance as a big inspiration. So for me that I said basically Sizzla, Cartel, and Sean Paul are three of my top entertainers.
What about Belizean artists?
As a Belizean artist, like I like one of the artists then that I looked up to coming up a lot was this artist called Louis Kianzi, who was like a big artist in Belize back in the day. And even like there's a lot of other artists that I looked up to like Kenny Morgan, Mobile Malaki, Papa Curly.
Yeah, Papa Curly.
You know what I mean? Sankey DJ. You know what I mean? I hope like there's a lot of artists, Belizean artists that I've been inspired from, but it's just been on a different, on a personal note because like most of these people I knew personal, so seeing them and watching them on stage, that just was a different experience.
Any other artists you know from that time that's been doing anything now that you like, you see them working and you're proud of?
Yeah, all of my artist friends, but for me, like most of the young offsprings where we left in terms of like we created a movement in Belize back in the days called Heights Survive, which was like recording studio and production house, and the legacy of that still live on. And every time I see works come out, that just make I feel proud to know that the works we do keep going and you know what I'm saying, continuing. So now blessings still, you know.
Yeah, that gives them a place. The kids that was in that place where you were.
Yeah, definitely.
To go and have that outlet and stay away from the riffraff and you know what I'm saying, and share music and their thoughts without having to go find it. It's there already for them.
That's why like I really take my role as a positive role model personal, because like I feel like in our society we don't have a lot of good positive role models to look up to, and even like instances and experience to look to as Belizeans, you know what I'm saying, when in music. So it's like I take pride in that because I see a lot of young artists coming up after me. I feel like I want to be able, if we could, mentor them and help them through the pitfalls, you know what I mean?
And the thing is too, how a lot of these young artists willing to take it and show respect to the other artists that done it before them. It's crazy how
it's kind of crazy when I say that, because like this is the thing where I feel happen now, and this is with music across the board. I feel like there's a generational gap within music in terms of the older generation and the younger generation. And as I say, in hip hop is the same way, in dancehall is the same way, in every form of music, whereby the younger artists, they're coming up now because I feel like the achievements is so easy to combine now in terms of like, oh, just get so much and like artists get so popular so quick that they don't have any more respect for the art form. But the artists then we came up the hard way, treasure every moment and every aspect of the art form, and that's why I feel like missing from the younger artists to struggle, and that's why they don't have that level of respect and love for the music anymore, you know what I mean? Because they never had to struggle for it and never had to broke down barriers, you know what I mean?
I remember seeing the thing where Spice was talking about how they were saying something about her, and she was saying like how people wasn't there when she was sleeping in her car, and her and her kids didn't have no food, and going to different places where the sound system was playing, and just sitting there waiting for her turn to touch the mic all night long for those couple of seconds, just to get the couple of seconds, to add those couple of seconds to where she is now, but what she went through to get those couple of seconds, you know what I'm saying? Crazy.
I said that the beauty of the journey, and I said that way bring humility to artists, and that why I feel like a lot of artists really need to feel and experience the struggle so that they can understand humility, because that one of the things we could break on artists. If you come into the business and you don't have one level, or you have arrogance and level of, eventually, whenever you're not hot anymore, nobody want to work with you. And so in some cases, even when the artist ain't hot like that, people
Yeah.
still don't want to touch things. So
That's true.
you know what I'm saying? So as an artist, you really got to realize that how you deal with people is very important. You know what I'm saying? Your countenance, your interactions with people, it got to be in a positive and hopeful light, because eventually,
Especially when you say artist.
yeah, you're a product, and you're like any other product out there. You get bad reviews, you get bad, like, bring down the value of your brand.
True. So your latest thing that you're working on, we have one song you're gonna perform for us. It's coming from your latest album.
Yeah, this is actually the upliftment rhythm. This is the new reality song.
Okay, well let's give it to them live and
Yeah.
get it together.
Yeah. Yeah, so massive, we don't know, it's all about February 19th, the upliftment rhythm. You know what I'm saying? Produced by D Flow. I said, look out for the other artists on the rhythm. We have Bert Mackay on the rhythm. We have Jah Miracle, Honesty, Spunk to the G, Rain Overall, and who's other great artists. So that's when everybody tune in to the rhythm. Hey, things will never be the same. I know you alone are feeling pain. Things are gonna never be the same like one time. Warranty, no, we'll have come every day and fight. Together the whole of we feel it as mankind. So we begin well for sure. I pray so we will see a brighter day. A brighter day, Coming all of our own, never know it would have been like this. 2020 coming like a show, but I real life this. But that is how we want to know from life exists. Together we are gonna make it through any crisis. Even though things might get hard. Ultimately, we know who's in charge. Things never be the same like one time. Quarantine, no, we lock up every day and confined. Together the whole of we feel it as mankind. So me begging you help us, yeah, I pray, so we could see a brighter day, a brighter day, If time feel like when there's a slogan, I feel sure I come program, I dig it and everything. No, you will realize 19 is a new woman, COVID-19 coming like the answer you're Trojan. World government, they want to get to the poor, and everybody realize that we say them so wrong. And we no talk about we no do Rogan, just protect we from the start, can't stop we like Trojan. Equality and justice, I feel to waiting so long, God, things will never be the same. I know you alone, I feel the pain. Seems like everything is just a game. Yeah, that was New Reality on the Upliftment Rhythm. Look out for it February the 19th. You know what I mean?
Don Marcus, you guys. We want to thank you guys for tuning in with us. And thank you, Don, for
Yeah, man. Give thanks to everybody that tuned in.
coming and sharing the vibration with us. So, you know, we're going to look out for some more projects. When you do the next video, too, I want you to come back so we can share.
I
You
know
know what I'm
that.
saying? The Music Link. We're going to feature it here, you know. Well, remember this, the Music Link, Lady B here. And it's your story, your journey, your vibes. We're here with Don Marcus out of Belize, here in Los Angeles, sharing his journey, you guys. And go to his YouTube page. Hold on, let's sit down. Let me see. Go to his YouTube page and check out his videos because he videoed all of them himself. He had his own production company. All of them are good and clean. So if you go check it out, you will love it. And what's your Facebook, all your stuff, your Instagram?
My Instagram is The Royal Rebel at Instagram and the same at Facebook, Royal Rebel.
What is that? That's new? The Royal Rebel? What is that?
No, that's a like that was the name of my first album and that's a moniker that I've taken on ever since. You know what I mean?
Interesting.
Yeah.
I like the sound of that, but Don Marcus got a little thing to it. Yeah, so that's him with his new reality tunes, you guys. Talking about this pandemic is crazy. Go to YouTube and check out both of them songs and listen to them good because it's new reality and pandemic.
Yeah, man, check it out on YouTube.
Yeah. We thank you guys for tuning in. Lady P, Don Marcus here, the Music Man. Thank you for coming and sharing your story with me.
Blessed.
Blessed love and continued greatness to all your journey. And remember that it's your walk. You know? It's your walk. Don't be afraid of nothing that's going on in it. It's your walk. And someone's always watching and inspired by your walk.
Yeah.
You know that. I know it's us going through it. Sometimes we're a little, intimidated by the challenges that we get. But this is the thing when we grow up. Everybody want to grow up so fast. I told my homegirl, her kids, listen, you better relax because once you get a bill in your name, it's over.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When you're grown up, you're grown up. So it's kind of scary now when we're out on our own and we have to face whatever it is. But there's someone behind us or somewhere that's watching, especially when you're in this position of sharing, having that outlet of, inspiring people and sharing. It's like, know that what you're doing is for you, but it's not only for you.
Yeah, that's for sure.
So keep up the good work because just like when you did the verses and everybody was so excited about you, I was excited too because I was like, who is this guy? But when I realized it was you, I was like, okay, because he's one of their own, you know what I'm saying? And they know you got the skills. They know you had the rankings. They know you had the catalog. You know what I'm saying? So just know that energy, for me being on the outside, checking out all that energy, I was so excited because I feel like that about Jamalo too because he's my friend. I was like, oh, this is going to be sweet, you know what I'm saying? Jamalo's going to come and just do his little vibe. But the energy from the Belizean community, they was like, what? My boy. Everybody was like, my boy. It was so exciting. So with that, I'm just saying that, everything you've been doing is great and people respect you for everything you've done. With your catalog, everything. With you not being here for a little, we didn't even say anything. Like you had went to New York and you was gone for some years, right?
Yeah.
And how long have you been back here?
I came 2019. So
2019. So you've just been back. So look, 2020 was like a blink of an eye. Okay, so we didn't get that. So it's like you just came back.
As I said, I came right into the pandemic. Like,
okay, so when you
really
came,
not get to explore LA and reacclimate myself back yet fully, but it's all good.
Okay, so that's why everybody was so hyped.
Yeah.
Ready to see you in your thing.
I wasn't here for a while. Yeah, that wasn't part of the anticipation.
It was a good energy. I swear to God. And then I didn't go to the thing. I was like, I'm not going to no building. I was like, I can't do it. But I wanted to go so bad because those is my vibes too. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to be there. But with me watching, I was just like the whole vibe, even anticipation up to it. I was excited about it too. But to see the energy from the Belizean community ready for you too, I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because
it was a great moment.
I'm always for those vibes, but to see them ready for you too was like, this is confirmation. I said, hey, he do his thing because people love your check for you. So your works is already like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, man, we do the work. So just give thanks. I just give thanks to the people and gravitate to the work. So it's doing, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man. And keep up the good work. We're here to inspire and do what you love to do. Give thanks, all right? Blessed love you guys, the Lady B, the Music Link. You go to my YouTube page, you guys like and subscribe. Check out other interviews there. And remember, it's your story, your journey, and your vibes. Link me if you want to share, all right? Don Marcus, Lady B, we out. Blessed love you guys.